Anyway, I don't need a microphone, my voice is very strong. So after all these presentations and different fields and so on, our company is concentrated on building business models that makes money using print as a base technology. But you can see, I'm not talking about print is fantastic. Print is fantastic when it makes money. And as we are in Greece, and Anastasia said very much, we are number 6 in terms of economy of tourism, and there is about 9,550 hotels. This business, although it's specific, it's holiday hotels many times, but there's also many sorts of hotels. Sometimes, you just have to find the right way to build your business. And the study case we're going to have here, is the story of a French company, which we used in 6-7 years ago. We used the business model canvas, to help this company to reboot their business. The base business of this company in France was to do analog wallpaper. See, it's a dirty industry, it makes paper, it's cheap, it's dirty, you stick it on the wall, it's very ancient and so on. And when I was called in that company, to do the business model analysis, the son, that was 40 years, and his sister, that was something like 29, and is a designer, took over the company, and they had heard about the digital opportunity, they had heard about digital printing, so they decided that it was time, to try to move the company in that direction. So we did a business model analysis, which is which customer do we have, and which customer do we want? And then what would this customer group be ready to buy? Because many times we speak about the value proposition. Value is nice, but it is a concept. The value of a product or a service has only a value for you as an entrepreneur by the moment somebody pays for it and you make a profit, right? It's very basic, but this is what we do. So we had to concentrate on what is the value proposition of this company. To give you an idea, 1 linear meter of wallpaper is sold in France for 39 cents. Not printed, 39 cents. If they create pre-patterned wallpaper, like the mosaic software we saw, well, it costs something like 42 cents. So it's 2 cents to put, some design. And you go, you take the roll you need, and you go on the weekend and you stick them on the wall. So this was the problem we had to move this company, from just doing analog print paper to do something for their existing customers, but for the future. So during the work group, because basically what we do during the workshop, we sit everybody around the table. This is the boss, very worried, he has no hair. And this is the salesman, sending some text to his friend. This is the production manager, which is hiding, and this is all the rest of the company, trying to make something. And during the workshop, where we use what we call collective brain of 5 people in the same company, we discuss the business model, to get there. Because you can see, in the business model, we have to understand the job to be done and what we want to achieve. So for that company, it was, we are an analog paper company and we want to become a business printed, personalized wallpaper company. That was, what had to be achieved. And we want a business model where we grow and we make tons of money because we are sick and tired to have small margin and not to be able to buy new Mercedes every year. That was the question of the son. He said, I want to buy a Mercedes 4 because it's green. So this is what we do. So during the workshop, we concentrate on the goal rather than the process. So the goal is we want to become a paper wall company that does personalized paper wall using digital technology and making money. That's the goal. Then aim at less but better. Okay, sorry. Aim at less but better. So the idea is, if you sell something for 42 cents and you want to make a lot of profit, even if you do 50% margin, which is not the case, they were doing 15%, but if you do 50%, you do 20 cents, right? So to make a million, how many millions of square meters do you need to sell? So what we do with this process, aim at less but better, is how can we sell 1 linear meter of a personalized digital printed paper for €1 million and maybe 500,000 euros. This is the old story of the Jewish father who says to his son, there is no way to be rich in town. You buy a cup of coffee for 10 euro, and you sell it for 1 million, and that means that you have made 1 million euro profit. Or you buy a cup for 10 euro, and you sell 1 million cup with, for 11 euro. This is your story. So this is what we look at, how to make less square meter but with much better margin, that we sell to more new customers. And then the diamond is off. So when you have finished to do this business model, you have to see if somebody will pay for this, and then look how to harmonize cost and so on. But this is easy. Printing company, they are used to harmonize cost all the way down. So this was not a complicated. And the 4 principles, if you create a business model and something is wrong, you show it to your customer, and the customer tell you what is wrong. It's not your team, it is your customer who help you to grow. So this is what the workshop is, Reboot Moment is all about, and this is what we did with this customer. So the company is called now NeoDecor. Before it was the name of the father, but you see already NeoDecor, it's new, it's decoration. And they have a lot of expertise, you know, in technical. So during 2005 and 2008, we did a few business models to see how to move and to define, what will be the strategy, what is the SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities of the company, and to understand. So they have existing customers into decoration. They had a shrinking market because wallpaper is not very fancy anymore. They see new technologies coming from another market and digital printing. So how to put this together? So this is what the company had. They had a lot of equipment already. This is the type of machine they did, you know, analog, dirty wallpaper. They had a lot of archives of different design over the years, so they knew exactly what the designs people liked. And they had hundreds of customers. But they had customers like end users, distributors, stock handlers, many things. And they had one problem, which we don't see here, with the clients. They had tons of stocks of old paper that nobody will ever buy. Because they did it, you know, for a certain year, the year passed, nobody wants it, it's there. But you don't throw it away, you never know. Well, never know, never can. So in 2009, after the workshop, we decided that we could do, and they bought, you know, digital printing machines, they could do the first order of personalized print. So what they did, they went to Leroy Merlin. I think it is existing in case also Leroy Merlin. It's a store that sells product to home. And they asked them, if you have people who want to do decoration, could you ask them to send us, to send us the document, and we will prepare it. And in 2 weeks, we deliver the number of hours they do. That was the first order in 2009. Hurrah! We have a new business model. So we go to Leroy Merlin, we sign an agreement with them, we put pallets of product there, there is a computer, people can come and upload the things, and 8 to 9 days later, you receive your orders. So from the ID, they were a maker of paper and they become an editor because they edit what customers want, themselves. So this is how it looked. You see, a lot of paper. Then you can see design, and you could go to the customer, you give your design to the cashier and so on. Do you have any idea what a salesman in a Leroy Merlin is interested into your private paper? You give him the picture, says thank you, pay it here, he puts it in the computer, it sends it, there is no service, there is no help in decoration, they don't know Anastasia, I'm sure they will be that of you will kill everybody with your design and your concept. So this is so after 2 years of sales there, we were selling 100,000 euro per month with 40% margin. Compared to the 15, was not so bad. But to buy a new sport Mercedes, you need a little bit more. So we were not happy and they were not. And it was very cumbersome. You receive the file is not good. The customers, you cannot reach him. It was very complicated. So we revised the business model. And of course, we started to have questions from professionals. Is this a B1 material? Is this everything you explained, today and what the gentleman before explained? You have to have all these norms. And some people wanted to fly with Pernon. Some people said, I don't want, I want cheap. You see, it was very complicated to bring this. But it was ready. So in 2011, they called me again and said, Lucien, we want to revise the business model. Let's see what we can do. And we realized that if we want to make money, we need to sell even less linear meter. So you hear, we are trying to sell less linear, but much more expensive to make more margin than we do today. So we have to find better design, and this is why anesthesia was introduced in the subject. If you have a lady like her with fantastic ideas, ideas cost her tons of money. She has been able, to change the mind of some of their customers who wanted to buy something red and something different. So I have to say, because I find this fantastic, this is what designers, when you buy what you like. We had to understand that the distribution had to be with a specialized person, because this salesman into the different Leroy Merlin, he was not fit to advise people on design. So we decided we should go to a boutique of designer or decoration shops. And so we also understood that we have to go into self-standing private, project. And this was very good because the designer lady in the company was capable of doing fantastic design project, and she would go there and she would help the people. That would not be very scalable, but it started larger. So the first thing we did, when we did the business analysis, we realized that people who want to buy a wallpaper, which is very important for them and ready to pay a lot of money, you have to sell them something which is exclusive. And it is something that has a value. The first thing that people has in their mind in terms of value is a brand. So the first thing we did, we changed it to the business model. We signed licenses with different designers. Who knows Chantal Thomas? Please raise your hand. Nobody knows what Chantal Thomas is. In France, it is a woman who sells very luxury underwear, but also make sexy decoration of bedrooms and different bars. So we signed with her, a license agreement so that we could decorate, the room according to her style. What was very fantastic, you could go on the website, see the room that you like, but you can say, oh, I don't like this woman, I want a different type. Change it. Oh, I don't like this type of photo, I want my photo there. You can change it. You see what I'm saying? You just change it on the website, and then you order the number of walls that you need to decorate your room. And this you can do at the shop of a designer that tells you, why don't you do your room the way you want? And suddenly when you have the room that you want, with your picture here, and your husband is going to look at you every day, the price per linear meter has no importance anymore. You want that. So this was how we changed the business model, having design. But then we also signed with the Musée de Papier Peint. This company knew all the museum and they had collections. So they had pattern which people liked. This pattern, for instance, is one of the very famous painters, but there is a license on it. So suddenly we were capable to say to somebody, why don't you design your bedroom in this, I forgot the name of the painter, maybe you can help me understand, you don't know. It's a very famous painter, if you recognize it. And you can say, okay, I want a room like this, and you will order exactly the type of wallpaper. And suddenly also you will not buy wallpaper, you will buy intissé. And where is, oh, it's not there, presented you the mirror. Intissé is a very sexy material. It is like textile. And you can print it, bord à bord. It's very special. It's flame retardant, it's also waterproof, it has also, can protect you against the heat, so there's many of these conditions. So this is the second step. Then we signed an agreement with the Chateau de la Bourdaise. This is absolutely a killing product. They sell €1 million per year of this print. This guy, Mr. Labourdaise, is a very famous ornithologue from the time of Louis XIV. And all these things he has drawn by the hand. So these drawings are very well known and very famous in France. And what you see here are pictures of his castle. So we have licensed the fact that we could print these. From the €1 million that they sell of this wallpaper, there is €450,000 that goes every year to America. Because in America, and especially in the south of America, in New Orleans area and all these people, because there is a lot of French house there, and people want to decorate it, in this old French style. You remember one guy was explaining, was explaining that they were printing, this was and Marty from HP, they are printing, wood reproduction in South Africa. So this is exactly the same. But 1 million with 62% margin. Because the price is not important. You have a castle or a very famous house, you want to decorate this. Edmond Petit, I don't know if you know, this is for the moment one of the most fashionable designers in Paris. He's the one who do this kind of Louis XIV design, and it is for a chain of chocolate maker. And also they sell those little multicolored sweets. It's a little round thing like this. It's multicolored and it's selling for a fortune. So everything is different. But you could say, I don't like this, I want a different one, I want this. And as you sell it through a design shop, the shop is also selling to you the furnitures and everything that goes with it. So when you sell personalized wallpaper system, suddenly you are enhancing the sale that you are doing, and they receive a margin. So once we did this, we came to the subject that we do, the hotel. And this is a lovely story. I really, really like it. We are doing a workshop with the people. Everybody is there. And there is one salesman, which is for the company 23 years. And he's 62 years old. I'm 63, so you can imagine. But he's a typical Frenchman, with the bow tie, the nice thing, very well polite and so on. And we are talking about, digital technology and digital printing. His telephone is a 1620 Nokia. You see what I mean? you laugh, but you see, when you tell him that there is a touch screen, he doesn't even understand it's possible. And this guy, we tell him, you are now going to sell digital printing, personalized decoration. The guy doesn't understand anything. And we are talking about the business. And then he says, if I understand well, I can go back to the hotel owners where I am going for 20 years because I don't drive a car, I go by train. I generally go down to the Hotel de la Gare in the same shitty room for 20 years. In the same non-decorated. Remember at one time somebody says, I think it's Mbappé, the good hotels are changing their room every 7 years. I can tell you there is many hotels that don't change for 25. It smells death, because the grandmother died in that room in the past. So the guy says he was fed up with it. Do you know how many Hotel de la Gare there is in France? Do you have any idea? Every town, more than 2,000 people, has a gare, has a station. It's huge. There is, I think, something like 7,000 or 8,000 stations. So there is 7,000 or 8,000 Hotel de la Gare, which this guy knew because he was going there to visit his customer. So he says, can I sell this personalization to these hotels? But during the business model, remember, what I'm talking about is not about printing, I'm talking about making money in the hotel business. So to make money today with print, your business model must be scalable. Does everybody understand what the word scalable means? Scalable means that if you have a customer, he will buy repeatedly from you, and it will be more easy to sell to him. You understand? You sell him once, and then he will keep buying this. And you can find easily customers through internet. Because with internet is selling 24 hours a day. Do we agree with it? It never sleeps. So we told this old 92-year-old guy, which I have to laugh because it's really a fantastic journal, which is a Nokia phone. You go and sell digital scalability. Had no clue. But he went to visit the hotel manager of the La Gare, and he told them, I want you to redecorate this shitty room where I'm going to sleep for the last 20 years, and to make it, with our new fully decorated documents. And he did not even have the computer nor the tablet. He has no clue how it works. He printed, the image from the image bank from the company. He printed them in color, and he had one of these plastic photos, and he was saying, I want you to do a room like this, and one like this, and so on. And he says, there's only one condition for me to do this for you. You have to sign a contract that you will change the decoration of your rooms every 2 years for 25% of your room. Do you follow? So the guy has 100 rooms. First quarter he has to change 25, second room 25, and every year he should change 25. At the end of the day, the contract was a 4-year contract where they would change 12% and not 25. You see what? So that you spread it. What you mean? You have always business coming. And the next thing was, how do I install it? He said, we will do it. Because to install this kind of wallpaper, which are very heavy, you need 2 guys. It's a 1 meter 60 band. It's not a narrow one. You see what I'm saying? So they started to make money on the installation as well. That was the second part of the profit. So when he went to this station, he went for traveling 1 month. He came back. Listen well. He came back with 69 hotel contracts. He was selling 2 to 3 contracts per day to print renovation for the next 4 years. Do you like this, Mrs. Decoration? Oh yeah. You see the scalability is not difficult, and it's all about showing the pictures and so on. What is beautiful, when the customer has signed the 24 hours, he receives an access into a portal, which is very stupid today, right? You register to the portal, and you have access to the photo bank dedicated for hotel people. And the software makes sure that when you choose a picture, you can put the size of the room you want to decorate. Do you follow me? So there is, you take the image by the corner, and you put what is the size of what you want on each wall. So it is not even somebody who comes. Imagine it's a terrible job that we have to go back and you start to measure. If you have a PC, you do it like this and so on. It's shitty, right? This is done online by the customer. If he wants, he can call somebody to come, but he doesn't have to. And once the measure of his room are into the computer remembers everything. So that's what he did. So 69 contracts. What was the value of this contract? Do you have any idea? The average room of a Hotel de la Gare is 56. So let's say 50. How do you think it costs to do one room? Depends on the square meter, in fact, the linear meter. They sell this for €9, the linear meter. One room, on average, has, I think it's 90 linear meter. So let's say 100. €100 times 25 and so on. So this was amazing what happened, and they did €2 million of over 2 years only in the hotel business. So they were a €6 million company, and already with the design they were doing 1 million and 2 million only with the hotel business in France. Hotel de la Gare. So of course, many of these hoteliers suddenly, after 1 year of work, they said, this is very strange. Since I have been, changing my hotel rooms, I have positive comments on TripAdvisor, and I have 25% new customers I never had before. Because on TripAdvisor, when you go, oh, it looks like nice, let's go to this hotel. This is growing the business, and it is paying back. It's paying back, you hear me, it's paying back in terms of rental, the cost of the investment. So for some hotel, the cost that they put to renovate rooms is a zero marketing cost because they increase the business. Imagine if you are a salesman of print. Like you sell print yourself? Sometimes, you know how it is. You are too expensive, right? You have not even say hello if you are too expensive, right? This is what we hear always and say, okay, what's the value, what you want to do? How can you prove that your print is helping you? The proof is there. It's 25% increase of sales because the customer says it's beautiful. It's not me. I print. I'm a decoration company. And I'm focused. So now you can tell me, yes, but this is a Hotel de la Gare. We don't have gares in this, okay? You might have ports. You see what I'm saying? You have to look at the segment. I don't say it's everywhere the same. But this is only one segment of hotels. The Hotel de la Gare. And they can do anything. So, what was fantastic, this company was a French company, a local company. They started to sell indirect with shop, and suddenly they received requests from America, from this company. Where is it? This one, Flavor Paper, which is doing this decoration into the south of America, of the USA, and they said, "Can we sell also your printing to our?" So suddenly, they had a professional online company who says, I will put your wallpapers also on mine, and we will sell it to our designer. Only the USA today, these two design people, so they are competitors. They sell also decoration. You see, it's compliant. They compete on one thing and they're together. These two represent today €2 million. Then they receive from Robin Frank, if you have been in the presentation of HP, this is the hotel which is done. Remember, she said we had copy of this castle. This is coming from this company. See, And then Picture World, Design My World. This is a company which is designing a big villa with swimming pool. They sell wet-resistant paper. And then this is, in Italy they have a lot. There is 4 online companies doing design. 4 companies doing design. This is Anastasia. There is 4 companies doing design in Italy. I would like next year here to see the Greek one, Anastasia and Tezo, being, the biggest one. Because it's possible. See what I'm saying? And it would not be only for this, because you would sell something outside. Because all those companies, they export. And this is the French company. There is, of course, here in England, Photo World, this Rebel Walls. This is an incredible company. They do rock and roll and cowboy type of redecoration. So a lot of kids and things like that. But many people use the rock and roll into their home. So they suddenly was a local wallpaper, and they become a decoration company, which not only sells to French market, but sells all over the world. And this company came to them. They never had a marketing for those in the beginning, just because their product is unique with this license. So today, you can see, if you go to Neo Deco, you will see all these companies are the local distributors, and if you want to decorate your home yourself, you do. I have done it. I have an apartment in Portugal, and I wanted to test this. So I have printed for my entrance hall a map of the world, which is in sepia color, and it is, one from those Portuguese captains in the past. My wife being Russian, so I took a cross, where she was born, and then dotted line, and where we live in Belgium, and I'm from Africa, so I put the dotted line. Everybody who goes to these apartments says, I want the same at home. You see? But I want my dotted line. I just go there. The whole wall, it's a wall which is about big like this in my hall, roughly, 240 euro, 100 euro to stick it. It's not so expensive. Now you can tell me, 250 for that? Yes, but it's my wall. See what? This is what they're saying. So when you have to do digital printing, there is no limitation. This is one decoration they did, for a hotel in Switzerland, and I like it, because while you are sitting on the toilet, you're also skiing. So, and you have to know this is 3D in the 3D format. They just have to put the call on your ass, and you feel that you are, doing what it was. But this is what they do. So basically, thank you very much. This is what I wanted to convey for you. I'm available for questions, anything that you would like to know. So to finish on this, the company was 6 million euro in 2011. Remember when we did the second one? Today, they are 29 million, 62% margin. And of course, they do decoration for that, but they do also bars, and they do also restaurants, they do also private homes, because the decorator can sell what they want. But one of their biggest segments is the resale in these different companies which were customers that were competitors, and the resale into the hotel business. Thank you very much. I hope it was worth for you.